Hey everybody, Derek here, and here bringing you another video for our Walking Dead countdown to the season 5 premiere. Today we are exactly 36 days away from our upcoming season 5 premiere. Definitely getting closer, folks, getting excited to see what's going on. And today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a video on an image that was shown by Norman Reedus on Twitter. Basically, he was holding a hand and giving some speculation that he might lose his hand in this upcoming fifth season. And I'm going to give my thoughts on that. So, again, just in case you're not caught up, there may be spoilers contained. I mean, this is pretty much public knowledge, that he's released the photo. So, it's not necessarily a spoiler to say this. Just if you don't want to know, like, some of the other things that have happened in the plot, if you're just catching up, again, there may be spoilers. Okay. But the first thing I want to do is I actually want to give out a thank you to one of my subscribers, Brittany Green. She alerted me that a few of my videos were actually not working. The sound was not actually working on the video. And I just want to thank her for alerting me to that. I had no idea that that was going on. I think I just forgot to put the sound on my computer, and as a result, you got silence. And I don't want to be putting up videos that are not working, that are not, productive. If you guys are going to watch my videos, take the time that you have to do this. I want to make sure that I'm giving you videos that work and videos that are, well thought out and are working, obviously. So again, I just want to thank you very much, Brittany, for alerting me to that. I've taken care of the problem. Hopefully there will be no more like that. And if anybody else has any problems with any of my videos, something's not working, please let me know and I can remedy that. Because again, I don't want to put videos out there that aren't working because that's a waste of your time and I don't want to do that. I really do appreciate anybody that does take a moment to view my videos. It definitely means a lot to me and I want to thank you. And thank you again, Brittany. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. So, obviously, Daryl Dixon, is a very active character on Walking Dead. He's definitely been one of the toughest characters and a very big fan favorite. And, one of the things that the show emphasizes on is, like the various risks that can go along with being in the Walking Dead world. And who knows? I mean, maybe in an ideal world, a lot of people would be missing limbs. I mean, you think Merle lost his hand, Herschel lost his leg, and you just see that, it's possible that these kind of things can happen on the occasion. If anything, hey, if a zombie's coming at you and you know it's gonna get you, put your arm up like that. Maybe sounds stupid at first, but if it bites you on the arm and you can get yourself away, at least you can amputate it, potentially live. I mean, it's a slim chance, but it's better than getting bit on the neck and then you're done. So, one of the things that has happened in the comics too is that characters have lost body parts. We saw Dale lose his leg, Rick had his hand cut off, and that might be something that carries over into the TV series, that somebody may lose a body part. And if you remember, if you've been keeping up with my channel, I actually did a video, and you can go back and take a look at this, where I actually noticed that in the Walking Dead trailer for season 5, at approximately 2 minutes and 8 seconds, that it looks like somebody's hand is basically hanging down, holding a can, and then they drop the can, and it really looks like their hand has a bite mark on it. That's what it looks like. So it's definitely indicative that maybe somebody did get bit, and they may need to amputate that person's hand in order for them to live. And Daryl might be the person that happened to. Definitely a lot of parallels. I mean, Merle lost his hand, and it'd be kind of ironic if Daryl also lost his hand, maybe seeing like his brother, staring back at him if he doesn't have his hand. I could definitely see that as a possibility. Plus, it would just also be a way to change his character, for better or worse. I mean, the one thing that I hope that's really not the case, honestly, because, on the one hand, I can only imagine how hard that would be for the actor himself to have to deal with that. I mean, it was okay with Herschel because, yeah, did Scott Wilson have to hobble around on crutches all season? Well, yeah, but they at least came up with a solution after the season to give him a prosthetic leg. can wear pants and cover that up. I mean, it's not, you know, you don't really need to always show Herschel's leg. And, you know, Herschel can still get by without that. But not having a hand is just one of the worst things that can happen to you in the zombie apocalypse. It's very inhibiting because you think about it, Daryl would not be able to shoot his crossbow anymore. That's done. You need two hands to do that. Well, I mean, ideally you need two hands for that because you need to load the thing. I mean, you can't load a crossbow with one hand, or if you could, it's going to be very darn hard to do that. But you know, I just think that it would limit the character too much, which is what you see happen in the, you know, the comics sometimes. You know, with Rick not having both of his hands and how that limits him in some ways a lot. You know, how he only has one hand. Now, of course, you know, they talked about how that was something that they dealt with in the comics because in the comics you can write the certain scenes. You know, you can draw them very easily, plus you can overlook some things. Like they talk about how Rick at one point climbed on top of a truck to give a speech. Well, how are they going to show that in the TV show unless they skip right to the scene? And I mean, it would just be hard for Rick to be without his hand. And I just think that again, we would hate that as characters. I mean, as viewers, if Daryl lost his hand, because I mean, again, that would be really, really limiting his character a lot, and it pretty much takes away a lot of the things that we like about him. You know, he is tough. You know, his crossbow is definitely one of his most iconic things. It's like taking Captain America's shield away from him. You know, that what is Cap without his without his shield? Excuse me. What is Daryl without being able to shoot his crossbow? It really is limiting, and that definitely is something that would definitely be serious. And just another thing, I mean, he would not have as active of a role in the group. I mean, it would definitely be hard for him to be able to actively participate in going out on missions and killing zombies. And I just think that it would be a big liability for him. And I really don't think that the creators are going to do that to Daryl anytime soon. Because we've established that, you know, we really feel Daryl's in it for the long run. I definitely think that he'll be in it for many seasons to come. Will his character eventually be killed off? I mean, there are days where I think that yes. I mean, I think it best fits the character to go out in a blaze of glory. On the other hand, you know, it'd also be nice to see the guy soften and have more of a leadership role. I mean, for all we know, I mean, we always note the similarities between Dwight in the comics and Daryl in the TV show and how that may play a role, you know, so it may not, but I just don't see them doing that to Daryl anytime soon. Especially not making him lose a hand. I mean, I think what it was a joke. Because Norman Reedus has been known to post things, you know, like jokes and sayings, which I love. I love how Norman Reedus, his attitude is just always so positive about the show. You can tell that he's gung-ho about it. He enjoys what he does. And I like seeing that. And I think that it definitely shows, you know, with his tweets and with his, you know, character. I just don't think that he would be up for that, you know, having to wear a green glove all the time and just, you know, the creators trying to work around things. I mean, again, I could see somebody else losing their leg, or I could see a character lose an arm, but only for a few episodes. Like, you know, if you want to kill that character off, I mean, that I just can't see how they can survive without that. And you can't really copy Merle again. I mean, yeah, was it cool? Merle had the hand blade. Yeah, that was very interesting. But if you cross that over and you do that again, then it's repetitive and it gets old. You're like, okay, you know, we get it. You did the hand. You know, you put the blade on the prosthetic. That's not exciting anymore. I mean, for us, that was attributed for Merle and only for Merle. And if you spread it around other characters, it's just going to be completely meaningless. So I just don't think that they're going to do that to Daryl. I think that, you know, perhaps that it was a prop on set that they used for other things, and you know, that he just picked up and goes, oh no, look here, But I mean, I don't think that he's going to lose his hand. I'd be very surprised if they did that because that would almost be indicative of killing the character off. Because again, I just can't see how they would keep Daryl interesting if he has to be limited in many ways. I mean, if he wouldn't be able to go out and hunt anymore, if he wouldn't be able to fight against zombies as effectively, that would really take away a lot from Daryl, the things that we love to see about Daryl. And I just don't think that they would do that to us as audience members. I think we'd be very upset if they limited Daryl in any way. And I think that, again, that's probably, again, why they avoided having Rick lose his hand in the comics. Excuse me, in the TV show from the comics. Because, again, imagine Andrew Lincoln having to consistently, work around that hand, and it would just be absolutely terrible. Definitely would not be a good idea. Was it nice to see, Rick inhibited a little bit by spraining his hand? Of course. And if you want to do things like that, that's okay, but have the character be able to return to their almost original state. I mean, even Herschel was able to move around a little bit, even with his prosthetic. And again, that was something that they could work with. But again, you can't really be going around and having too many amputated characters. Because again, how are you supposed to move around? I mean, yeah, Herschel could move decently, but could Herschel run away? I mean, that's the thing. I mean, Herschel just never would have been able to survive outside of the prison. I mean, he can't run. He's already, a little bit of an older character. And I mean, I can only imagine how hard those months were on him just with both legs. But with one, I can't see him getting away that easily. So I think that you definitely can't be inhibiting these characters too much unless you're showing that, well, this character's going to get killed off. Then I could see it, but I don't think they're going to kill Daryl off. Not anytime soon. He needs to be around for several more seasons to come. I want to see him be a part of, the Alexandria Safe Zone. I want to see the leadership role he can play. And I want to see how his story plays into, the Savior's fight eventually. Because I think he'd be a very big asset. And I'm really hoping for that. So, my final thought again, no, I don't think it's Daryl's hand. I think it's one of Norman Reedus's nice, pranks that he usually pulls. And again, gotta love Norman Reedus, love his attitude, and I'm really excited to see Daryl and all of the others in a couple, well, pretty much like a month. I mean, we pretty much are almost down to the 1 month count, and it's really getting exciting. The fact that we are almost just 1 month away, definitely is exciting. So. I'm going to bring this video to a close, and again, I want to thank everybody for watching. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. I got more videos coming. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them, and feel free to give me any video topics that you're thinking about. If there's something you want to hear about, something that you want analyzed, I can do it. I have a lot of knowledge about The Walking Dead. It's one of my favorite shows, and I really enjoyed doing this for everybody. And I just want to thank you all again, anybody who's watched the videos. It really means a lot to me, and I want to thank you all again very much. Have a wonderful evening, and thank you.